There it is. Got the new helmet, Bell SRT Modular in Nardo Gray. It's super comfortable so far. I took it out of the box the other day when it got to my home. Tried it on, tried out all the functions, the actual modular part. Very easy. And so is the visor. I mean, God forbid. But this visor is super easy to operate one-handed. So right now, I'm putting on the Blacktop Diaries decal on it, and then we'll get into it. One of my subscribers asked me where I got these decals for the channel. I buy them from a company called Vinyl Status. I like them a lot. You guys want to see? Check this out. Oh no. Where is it? There it is. Boom, baby. What do you guys think? Pretty badass. All right, so today's episode, obviously setting up a MotoVlogging helmet. Here's the old setup with the Ruroc Atlas 4.0, and this is going to be the new helmet, the Bell SRT Modular. And in this episode, we're going to go through absolutely everything I do to set a helmet up for motovlogging. We have the chin mount, we have the camera accoutrements, the attachments, and we even have a spare magnet to mount inside of the chin guard for my DJI mic mini. I should probably do the functionality demonstration and kind of go through the differences between the Atlas and the Bell before I start doing all the attachments, because once we put the chin mount on it, it needs to set for basically 24 hours before you do anything to it. And so, yeah. So this is the helmet that you guys are used to seeing me wear. This is the Atlas 4.0. But let me go into why I'm making the switch. See this? In my last episode, I kind of discussed the binding of the visor. Check this out. It will not lift with my finger on the tab. It closes, won't lift until you do that. I know what you guys are thinking. It's probably not that big of a deal, but for those of you guys who actually put a lot of miles on a bike and go longer distances, you will know what a pain in the ass that actually is. Closing it's fine. But I'm putting a lot of tension. You can see how torqued it is in one direction. It just, there, now it'll lift. But you feel like you're actually breaking the damn helmet. So I haven't put the magnet inside for the Bell quite yet, but I'm going to switch to the Bell and show you how easy it is to open up the visor. So 1 second. This is so much easier. So they put the actual grip tab for the visor in the center of the visor. So you're not torquing one side over the other, you're lifting it right in the middle, and it's just super smooth, super easy. Not to mention, how cool is this? The modularity of that. Like, bam. And the hole to grab for the button for the actual modular part of this helmet is really wide, so you can actually get a thumb in there, especially if you're wearing gloves. When you're riding in the springtime or in the late fall, you need to carry two visors. you need to carry a clear visor and a dark visor. And you guys know how much of a pain it is to put sunglasses on while you're wearing a helmet. Like, you lift up your visor, you put your sunglasses in, you tip your visor down. But if that helmet at all moves on your head, those glasses are going to get all wonky on you. And you can get like a really bad headache from that. So a lot of helmets, and this isn't just a Bell thing, but a lot of helmets have this now. So I really wanted a helmet with that function. Super convenient. All right. And as you'll notice, we are in my kitchen / dining room right now because my garage is really cold. And anyone who knows 3M, you don't want it to be cold when you're trying to get this to make a good adhesion to a surface. You want it to be room temperature, if not a little bit higher. It's pretty simple, especially on this model helmet. You basically just line it up like that to where the 3M is equidistant from that red switch on either side. I don't know if you guys can see that too well. Obviously, if your helmet's on a helmet donut, make sure that the chin mounts logo is oriented correctly so you don't put this thing on upside down. And if I don't say so myself, that was absolutely perfect. So as you can see, the 3M tape is basically plumb flush to the bottom of the helmet, and that little tiny gap kind of matches that tiny little gap. Good enough for government work. So once you got that, you want to press into it on this 3M tape really hard for about 20 to 30 seconds. And then you're going to see what we're going to do to ensure a really good adhesion. This is a DeWalt wood clamp. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling that rubber off. So hopefully it'll fit inside of that little groove right there. Let's see. Oh my goodness, it's so nice. As you can see, that wood clamp is pressed into there. So now you want to let that sit with the wood clamp and that 3M tape, probably about an hour. And then once that's done, we can move on to the other part, which is epoxying a magnet on the inside of the chin guard. Now for that, you're going to want to put the helmet on, take the helmet off, figure out where that mic you want to sit. There's a couple of different schools of thought on that aspect of it. And a lot of people don't like the microphone sitting right there because then the dead cat kind of tickles your nose. So what I like to do with that microphone is move it just off center on either side. It doesn't matter, whatever side you prefer. So that's what we're going to wait on. For you, it'll just be a second, but for me, I'm going to wait about an hour, and then we'll get going. Okay, guys, so it's been about an hour since we have mounted the chin mount on the helmet, and this is how it has turned out. It's perfect. So how I have it set up is it is on the, like I said, the lowest possible profile on the helmet, and then the supplied camera mount slips right in there, and then I have it set to where it's about right there. So I'm currently using the camera to film this, so I can't really show you it. So the camera sits right here, allows me plenty of room to actuate the visor. And now that we have that set up, we're moving on to audio. And how we're going to set up the audio is we are going to, as aforementioned, epoxy a magnet to the inside of the chin mount. So this is the trickiest part, I believe, of setting up a good motovlogging helmet, is getting that microphone exactly where you want it. I've basically pinpointed where and how high I want this microphone mounted, and so let me show you that. But basically where I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna epoxy the magnet in between two of those seams, right about this location, to where the microphone will actually be butted up against the cheek pad. On the previous helmet that I had, it was basically perfect, right? Off center, jammed up against the cheek pad. So let's get going on that. So this is the brand of epoxy that we're going to be using today. It's clear weld quick setting epoxy. So what you want to do is you're going to want to squirt a little bit of this stuff out on like a piece of cardboard, and using a popsicle stick, kind of stir it up. The most important part of this process is getting the helmet situated to where it's not going to move on you. Donut for the helmet for it to sit on, so that way it's perfectly stable during the curing process. They say that it's 5 minutes is when it's basically quick set, but you should really give it like overnight. This microphone is really lightweight, so I'm not that concerned with putting the microphone on it early just to test out audio. So we're going to do that probably after about an hour. I'm going to epoxy the magnet to the chin. We're going to give it about an hour to completely set up, and then we're going to do some testing, some audio testing with the helmet actually on. So stick around for that. Let's get into it. Kind of feel like Bob Ross, you know? Doing this with a camera on you, a little nerve-wracking. Okay, so mixed up, what you're going to want to do is just get a little bit of it on your popsicle stick, and then just... So now we got some epoxy on the magnet itself. Now we're going to go put it in the helmet. I don't know what would be better. I think that would be better. So once you get it in spot, you might have to hold it for a few minutes until it actually starts to set up. But yeah, as it sits right now, it ain't moving. Even after just a couple of minutes, it is pretty in there. So we're just going to let that cure for about an hour, and then we are going to do some audio testing. But we got the magnet kind of where we want it. We're going to let the epoxy set, and then I'll get back to you guys. So just stand by. Okay, microphone's installed. We're out on the bike in December. How crazy is this? Look at this. It's December. And we are riding motorcycles. So I rode around earlier and I had the microphone tilted up with the dead cat up. So now we're trying it with the dead cat and jammed into the cheek pad. I think it's going to be great. The first audio test isn't bad. I also adjusted the wind reduction or noise reduction. DJIs tend to digitize the sound rather than in an attempt to eliminate it. The sound gets like digitally altered and it sounds a little weird. Yeah guys, initial impressions of this helmet, I'm pretty stoked about it. It's super comfy. It definitely feels better quality so far than what the Ruroc 4.0 felt like. It took me a second to think of the name. But I figure, what a great opportunity with the new helmet, new motovlogging setup, to go motovlogging with it. Beautiful. beautiful day, guys. You know, it's not my first video, but it was within the first couple of videos I made. Before I even had a microphone, I had come up this way and like parked on the side of the road and got some pretty views. And I figure I should do that again to kind of, you know, to end the year. My first video was in March, so my YouTube channel has been around for, you know, about almost 9 months, something like that. But I figure this would be a good opportunity to come up this way, park for a second, and get some pretty pictures. That's pretty. Oh my goodness. I was able to lift the visor with one hand. What? But the show must go on, guys. So another thing I've been really liking about this helmet so far is the internal shaded visor. I just love it. I can't believe I've waited this long to buy a helmet with that feature on it. Because now that I have it, I feel, you know, it's a lot like buying a bike with the frame mounted fairing or any fixed fairing, is that you don't really know what you're missing until you get it, and then you have it and you're like, how did I ever go without it? I love riding on this road. It's so pretty. From what I can hear, it definitely sounds much quieter inside of the helmet. And I'm really hoping that translates to the microphone. I mean, it might not. To you guys might not notice that big of a difference. Pretty evening, guys. I mean, most of the time I'm going to be doing these little short trips and talking to the camera. I'm going to be going around this speed, in around between 30 and 50 or 30 and 40. And at that speed, I mean, it's hard to mess up your audio. It really is. But I'm trying to get it to where it sounds just like this, even at highway speeds, and I might never achieve it, and that's okay. Because like I said months and months and months ago, and some of the OG subscribers might remember this, but a part of the draw for motovlogging is the ever-evolving tinkering. You know, you tinker with things, you're tweaking stuff, you're trying different things out. And it's a never-ending process to just try to get it a little bit better. And that's, for me, that's a lot of the fun of this whole thing. Motovlogging helmet setup. Not too bad, guys. Honestly, it's not that bad. Takes a little patience, little trial and error. What up, guys? All right, so just got back from our little test ride, as you just saw. So first impressions on this helmet are amazing. I really do like it. It's very comfortable. Only time will tell if it will remain comfortable long distance. You guys know as well as me that a helmet could be comfortable for an hour, and then anything after that, it can get pretty uncomfortable if it's not a well-designed helmet. I don't foresee that happening with this helmet, but only time will tell. So there you have it. That's how you set up a helmet step by step. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for tuning in, watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed that. Plenty more content coming to the channel. Next week is going to be another Garage Talks video where we talk about packing, long haul motorcycle rides, and what to pack and what to leave behind, and being okay with leaving certain things behind, and the minimalist mentality that you adopt when going on a long-term trip, or a long-range trip, I should say. So be sure to tune in for that one. Really appreciate you guys stopping by again. You guys take it easy, keep the shiny side up and rubber side down.